Yes guys, just here, back with another video. You read the title. This is my final warning right now. I think there's a massive move coming. We have massive news coming in towards tomorrow as well. So of course, Bitcoin is going to be choosing a big direction. And we need to be looking at all the relevant levels. And I'm going to be showing you all the scenarios and all the relevant charts to be getting a clearer picture of when Bitcoin is likely to go next. And then we can look at Ethereum and the altcoins as well. So make sure to be staying till the end. Just a quick message as well. Thank you for 500 subscribers. This has been absolutely amazing. We're growing really quickly. So yeah, I appreciate everybody subscribing and, smashing that like button. So let's keep it up and let's continue to smash up that like button in this video. Let's try to get above 15 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, make sure to be subscribing with post notifications on to not be missing any update videos as well. But yeah, with that being said, let's get straight away in towards this banger. Bow. So slightly later video. As you can see, there's not much been going on for the Bitcoin price. The big kind of move is going to be coming from our FOMC meeting that's actually scheduled tomorrow. So my bias still remains the same. If we continue to have lower lows, lower highs in the shorter time frames, I think your first potential higher low is going to be coming in at 91,500 to 92k. And then if you get a bounce and you can see some strength there and you start to reclaim these levels, that may be the point where we actually start to reverse. But if you see Bitcoin moving in towards your 88, I think it's not a place to be getting bearish. You can see you have an inefficiency candle here that of course can be filled, and yeah, it's a very, very key level previously that we had a lot of reactions from. And if we actually start to wick on bad news, I think that will be a region where you can get some nice trades in. I think you can have a nice limit order there where you can get a sharp reaction and you want to see acceptance back above 92, and then we can swiftly start moving towards your 100k region, and then of course tackling all-time highs. So right before we go on to the next chart, if you're enjoying the analysis and you're agreeing with my opinion, make sure to be checking out that first link down below. The first link down below is for HyroTrader, which is a crypto proprietary trading firm. Now, this is the best opportunity in crypto right now, and it's the #1 way to be making the most money for the lowest risk. If you like the sound of that, check this out. HyroTrader allow you to unlock up to 200k, so over 6 figures in capital, to be trading in your buyback account if you can prove that you're a good trader and you're able to retain up to 90% of the profits once you scale your trading account. So let's delve into how to actually get this account. And you can see that if you use the first link down below, you automatically get a discount of 5%. And of course, this will help support the channel. And of course, this will lower the cost for you. So make sure to be using this first link down below for HyroTrader. Now, I have different account sizes. So if you can't really go for the 200k, you can always go for the $100,000 account as well. And yeah, you can see you get a nice discount there using the first link in the description. So once you get your account, you have the option to go for a 1-step or 2-step evaluation. Now, the 1-step evaluation just means that you have to make 10% on your account. Then once you actually pass your account, you're on the funded stage where you get your money back. So the challenge fee that you paid for, you're going to get it refunded to you because you're going to be making HyroTrader money. You're going to be trading on one of their funded accounts. And of course, you get to keep up to 90% once you scale your account. So this is an amazing opportunity. And if you go for the 2-step evaluation, you see the rules are a lot easier. You have more breathing room because you have more daily drawdown and you have more of a maximum loss. Whereas on the 1-step evaluation, it's a lot less, of course. So that's the difference. But again, if you're going to go for the 2-step, maybe you want a bit more breathing room. The evaluation stage is the same. So you have 10% profit target, and then verification stage is 5%. And then that's where you're going to be getting your challenge fee back. And then that's where you're going to be getting your challenge fee refunded to you. And you're going to be live trading on the funded account. You're going to be making HyroTrader money, and then you get to keep the majority of it. So definitely be taking advantage of this opportunity. As a first link down below to be getting 5% off, and of course to be checking the page out, and the one below as well, you could checking out the reviews. But again, our bearish divergence, you can see that the volume was decreasing, but we started to slow down in momentum and actually coming towards the golden Fibonacci level of resistance over here. And of course, we hit our point of control as well. So this was a region where we can start to establish potential higher low before continuing towards the upside. So nothing much has changed in that aspect. But I want to be showing you guys a nice fractal where you can see in 2021, we tested this golden pocket of resistance from the all-time highs in towards the lows where we crashed. And you can see we had a similar kind of move towards the bottom, and we had a bullish divergence. I'm even just spotting that now as I'm just looking at the chart. So we had bullish divergence, we had a triple bottom, and then that's where we started to rally towards the upside. But the first kind of troubled area was this Fibonacci golden pocket. And that's where we came to form a higher low before moving towards the upside. So again, if we start to come towards this gap tomorrow and we hit 88 levels, or maybe it's a shallow pullback and we get to 92s, I think that it's an area where you want to be looking for reasons for the Bitcoin price to start moving towards the other side. And I think that's where we start heading for all-time highs. And I'll be showing you guys why in just a second. But let's go over the recent news for today. Looking at the first bit of news, you can see that the Fed has been buying about 42 billion worth of 10-year bonds today, which is just debt. So essentially, they're looking to essentially help out with the US debt market right now. Of course, the US have to refinance their debt very soon, and of course, this is a reason why the Fed is starting to inject liquidity into those markets. So yeah, this is looking quite good for Bitcoin. You know, QE is happening on the low, as I've said over here, so that's looking quite good. And you can see by Mr. Crypto, he's highlighted that the Fed has purchased about 20 billion in 3-year bonds, and they're injecting liquidity to avoid rate cuts. So QE is here, and Bitcoin is actually going to be moving towards the upside very, very soon. Of course, we've got to get through the FOMC news that we have, but of course, Bitcoin is on the right trajectory. You can see as well that Treasury Secretary Scott Bennett says that a CBDC is a sign of weakness and he doesn't support it. So, of course, any XRP fans watching, this is, of course, bad news for you guys, but yeah, it's very, very bullish for Bitcoin. So, yeah, that's looking quite good. But on a more serious note, of course, you can see that the New Hampshire governor signs the Bitcoin reserve into law. So that's looking quite good as well. So looking at the Bitcoin hash rate, you can see that it's actually exploding to new all-time highs, and price usually follows. So that's looking quite good. And of course, you have short-term holders actually finally getting into profit, and typically this leads to more parabolic advancements since sentiment starts to shift. So that's actually looking very, very good. And of course, your Bitcoin buy signal, so the hash ribbons indicator, is still flashing the buy signal here. And historically, every single time this is played out, you know, or every time this is flashed, in fact, it's played out a massive move towards the upside, triple-digit gains across the board. So of course, I will not be fading this. I think that this is another reason why we're going to be seeing moves towards the upside. And you could just look at the market structure from the bear market bottom. It's just high highs, high lows. So until we actually lose structure, I'm not going to be getting bearish. And yeah, I think that we're in a parabolic. I think we're in a parabolic advancement here. This is a massive, massive parabolic curve that we're forming. So you can see you have 4 bases, and this is the last one before we have that blow off top. So I think that once that happens, I'll be alerting you guys, and I'll be looking at the funding rates and different metrics, not just price action. So of course, definitely be paying attention now, because I think on this next leg up is going to be the most lucrative in terms of altcoins, which we'll get onto in a second. But yeah, just make sure to kind of keep your finger on the pulse, because the next Bitcoin move is going to be very, very big. You can see we flip resistance into support. You know, things are looking quite good. We're repeating history over here. And of course, you can see that the timing is showing that time is running out. At the minute, we're fighting this resistance. We're currently pushing in towards that 1.8 level, and we're starting to move into the 1.7s. So of course, I think that if we have some de-risking, we may actually come just a little bit lower and towards 1,600 for Ethereum. But yeah, you want to be seeing if Ethereum starts to bounce. If not, then I think you will get some, you know, good opportunities to be accumulating. But if you're establishing your positions in this region and we start to move in towards all-time highs, then nobody's going to be caring like where you bought, if you manage to get the lows or not. So I think it's just very wise to be kind of DCA in Ethereum whilst it's cheap, if you believe in that Ethereum is going to come back. But yeah, I think there's a lot of people shorting, so there's lots of reasons why if you do reclaim this level at 2,000 and you start to move in towards 2.5, then the move can actually start to get very, very parabolic. You know, people might have to start covering their positions, which can just lead to price accelerating even faster towards the upside. So yeah, I will not be fading the Ethereum at this very, very cheap price. And Bitcoin dominance will be one metric to be monitoring, because once the tide shifts, once Bitcoin dominance starts to turn towards the downside, I think that you're going to have Ethereum against Bitcoin start to bottom. You can already see the signals. You can already see the signs, you know, triple bottom, just like 2019, while people thought Ethereum was just done and it just turned a corner, and you're having a very, very parabolic kind of move towards the downside, and it's likely to just, you know, reverse. It's likely to just reverse anytime from now with that triple bottom on the RSI as well, just like 2019. So I'll not be fading this too. You can see Bitcoin dominance is likely to top 2. It has some nice bearish divergence there. So of course, this provides opportunities to be making more Bitcoin, of course, if you believe in Bitcoin long term. So yeah, that'll be it from me from this video. So make sure to be tuning in tomorrow for the FOMC coverage. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. I'll be showing you all the relevant levels on the volatility that's to come for the FOMC meeting. So make sure to be subscribed to me on YouTube, of course, to be getting the updates early as soon as I drop it. And of course, Twitter too, with post notifications on, so that you're staying up to date with all the charts I have that I may not have time to cover on the YouTube. You can see I've already talked about Powell a little bit today and things like that. So make sure to be following me on X to be getting updated with all of this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed rest of your day. Peace, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.